Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining the RCA webinar series. The River Cities Alliance RCA, formally launched in 2021, is a dedicated platform that brings together river cities across India to work toward a shared vision of river-sensitive urban development. The initiative is supported by the Ministry of Jal Shakti through the National Mission for Clean Ganga (NMCG) and the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs through National Institute of Urban Affairs. Currently, there are 140 cities are part of this alliance. This webinar series aims to explore practical solutions to the challenges faced by river cities. One such challenge is the management of invasive species like water hyacinth. Water hyacinth is a highly invasive aquatic species that poses significant ecological and management challenges. This session focuses on sustainable community-driven model for managing and utilizing water hyacinth as a local livelihood resource. We are delighted to have with us today, Dr. G. Nagendra Prabhu, former professor and head, Department of Zoology, Sanatana Dharma College, LFP, and founder of the Center for Research on Aquatic Resources at the same institution. He currently serves as the scientific advisor to the Future Kerala Mission at Jain University, Kochi. A DST Boykas Fellow, Dr. Prabhu has received numerous prestigious fellowships and awards at both national and international levels and had also mentored two startups. Thank you very much, Professor Prabhu, for delivering this webinar. And may I request all the participants to post their questions in the Q&A section. At the end of the talk, we will have a discussion session. Thank you again. The floor is now yours, Professor Prabhu. Over to you. Thank you.
A very good afternoon, and thank you, Dr. Maumita, for the nice words of introduction. And I'm deeply honored that I've been given the task of addressing those who are interested in urban management as well as management of aquatic invasive. I have a presentation. Actually, I started working on water hyacinth from 1998, and I continued that till now. So it's around 30 years, more than 30 years of my life and work I have dedicated to this topic. So I will be presenting to you in about 25 minutes, and which will start in another minute after I just say words of introduction. And after that, I'll be very happy to take your questions, comments, and more importantly, suggestions for how we can manage this, because it is no one as an individual or as a small group can do it. It is a collaborative, integrated, holistic approach will only help in addressing this menace as well as manage it, not eradicate. Okay. So with this few words of introduction, let me share my screen and make a presentation. I will try to restrict in 25 minutes, and I request Dr. Maumita to no, stop me when the time is up, because it's a subject which is very close to my heart, and you can understand that it is very difficult to stop when a passionate person is speaking. Okay. Yeah. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. And from the audience side, from the participant side, can anyone say whether you can see?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, please continue. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the topic is management of aquatic invasive. I understand, or I hope that everyone knows that invasives are those which are non-endemic to a particular region. So something which is invasive in India may not be invasive in Australia or America. So that is the basic. And you have invasive animals, you have invasive plants, everything is there, and the management is very difficult. It needs a very difficult coordinated approach as such. if no, I was happy to associate with Sanatana Dharma College under the University of Kerala from 1995, and recently I retired from there and I joined the Future Kerala Mission Initiative of Jain University, Kochi. So this is the two institutions. One is in Alapi, which is called Venice of the East, and now I am working in Kochi, which is called the Queen of the Arabian Sea. You look at this picture. This is a very classic picture from Venice, Italy, and it is called. It is one of the very unique cities in which there are very limited roads and all the access is through boats like gondolas and motorboats. Okay, I had the fortune to visit Venice since I was very particular that from a man from Venice of the East should go to Venice. So this is a slightly older picture. We used to have a transport like this. This is 5 minutes from my home. And all the boats now you see were originally transport boats. And now people come to Alapi to stay in these boats, which is called houseboat. I will show some pictures for those who are not so familiar with the concept. Okay. मेरी हिंदी तो थोड़ा बहुत आता है मुझे. अगर आपको कुछ प्रॉब्लम है तो मैं बाद में आखिर में बात कर लूंगा, ट्राई करूंगा. ठीक है. या ये तस्वीरें देखिए. This is a common features from Alapi and Kerala. We are the land of 44 rivers and lakes, and the greatest team event in the history of mankind. 110 members in a team. Like cricket, we have only 11. This is 110. A snake boat race. This happens in Alapi. And as I mentioned, the top two pictures show that these boats, country boats, are used to transport paddy, coconut, and whatever harvest. And now, because we have very good road transport, these houseboats or these boats, country boats, have been modified into houseboats, which you see the picture at the below bottom. And this is the topic that I'm going to talk about. These are pictures from both Venice of the East and Queen of the Arabian Sea. It directly affects transport, and as you will see from the picture, it is causing direct impact on a lot of areas like transportation, fishing, agriculture, everything. And this happens because of our attitude and a lot of other factors. And this is not a problem which is limited to India or Kerala or any other North Indian city. This is actually an image which is which will show you the impact of water hyacinth, one single weed which has colonized the entire continent except Arctic, Antarctic, and maybe very few areas where there is salinity or there is extreme drought. And these are the common weeds, just for interest. And this is the top two are the water hyacinth, and it was introduced to India around 150 years ago by the British because of its beautiful flowers as an aquatic plant. The other two are minor weeds, and there are of course other locally relevant varieties like Ipomia. What is the problem or impact of these weeds? If you look at these weeds, what you find is that they have the fastest growth rate. It doubles in a week, and it forms a mat. So once it forms a mat over the water, it prevents the sunlight from entering the water as well as atmospheric oxygen. Plus, because there is no light, photosynthesis doesn't take place and the oxygen production goes down. The plants, after its life cycle, they sink to the bottom, they get decayed, and it consumes oxygen. So the biological oxygen demand goes up. During this process, to add much to the problem, methane, which is a greenhouse gas, is emitted. So thus, a single species contributing to global aquatic biodiversity as a threat, as well as which contributes to global warming. If you want me to name it, it is water hyacinth, nothing else. And of course, I mentioned about obstruction of navigation, hydropower generation, irrigation, fishing, disease spreading, mosquitoes, potability of water. Everything happens because of this plant. So how to control them? We can use the standard methods of physical removal, chemical control, biological control. But you see the scale of the problem. Urban drains or small rivulets are small, but these are lakes, huge lakes. This is a photograph which I clicked in on Republic Day of 2020, just before COVID lockdown. Mats, kilometers and kilometers. of water hyacinth. So the physical method normally uses huge harvesting machines like this. But what they do is they harvest from water and dump it on the sites. You can see very clearly from the picture. I will show two photographs of news reports. One is from Bangalore, one is from Alapi. You see, after harvesting, they are just dumped on the roadside or on near the banks. So it is not a permanent solution. It just shifts the problem from the water to the land. So what are the other two chemical methods? This is totally unsafe. These are images from integrated experiment in Lake Victoria. But you cannot allow our water bodies to be polluted by however safe weedicides are there. So this is an option which can be ruled out. The third option is biological method. You have small beetles and weevils and insect larvae which feeds on it. No, but I was horrified to see this image which was taken 10 days ago. This is actually Spilomia obliqua, which is a polyphagous insect, feeds on around 126 species of plants, including all the pulses, what we cultivate. Jute. This is a serious endemic outbreak. So actually, water hyacinth, it feeds on water hyacinth, and it is a host plant for its multiplication. So that is another very serious impact which water hyacinth is causing. So since all these methods have failed, what happens next? Can we use the properties of water hyacinth and use it as a natural resource? And can you convert this challenge, great challenge, into an opportunity? Like we had a great challenge, greatest challenge that humanity has faced from COVID, and many of us have innovations, and we managed to turn the crisis or challenge into an opportunity. So that is precisely the question that we asked 25, 30 years ago, and we established a interdisciplinary center for research on aquatic resources, which actually developed products using R&D. We focused on rural technologies, but ultimately we had we had a lot of interaction with high-tech techniques actual, which I will mention. And we translated, we didn't finish with R&D. We translated it into marketable products. We offered training, as you will see in the next few slides. This is just for academic interest, where we started with biotechnology. We isolated bacteria, we used solid state fermentation, and we tried to produce cellulase, which we succeeded. And this is actually a first report. You can see the bacteria as well as the degraded leaf. But we couldn't scale it up. A lot of issues were there. We are from a college and we need a lot of money, a lot of expertise. So we shifted our focus to rural technologies. And the first thing we tried was mushroom cultivation, whether it was possible to use these weeds as bedding material for mushroom cultivation. Of course, there are certain ifs and buts, but we did a lot of experiments and found out. Since we lack of time, I will show only one slide on this. This is how the mushroom cultivation is done, standard methodology, and these are all actual images from our lab. And one advantage is that this is lignin free or very minimum quantity, so it can be converted or used as an organic manure. So it's a circular, very simple technique. From water, you harvest the mushroom and the leftover goes back to nature as organic manure. This is the second one. This is called a briquette, which is nothing but compacted biomass briquette. And it can start a fire and maintain a fire. And we used water hyacinth for briquetting. And these are again actual images from our work. We used the traditional gobar technology, as well as we modified on it. And we even used a very big factory of our hydraulic pressing to make into briquettes. This is actually a product which can be sold. Smoke will be less and the calorific value will be more. This is the third and most interesting of our innovations. We converted this plant, especially the leaf and stem, into pulp. And once we have the pulp, you add certain binders, which can be natural or chemical, and we can convert it into multi-purpose products. Next few slides, you will see the range of products that we have developed. It looks like this before and after. This is a canvas, or it can be a board as well. Okay, I will show some actual products afterwards. These are the canvas that you see. It's actually this canvas. It looks like this, but when it goes through the artist, it can be a canvas for special canvas for designer paintings, and it's one of its kind. and these are highly priced, and we are selling it. See, these are the other innovative products. You can be, it can be taken to schools. The pulp, it will remain stable for months, and then it can ask them to make or mold toys or animal models. We had a student startup. I will share the success story later. See, industrial products like fruit trays, egg trays, fridge magnets, which can be sold to tourists who come to visit to us. These are the animal models and vegetable models that were made by school students. This one innovation, even though it doesn't look nice, but it has a very nice purpose: how to avoid single-use plastic. See, this is the normal plastic tray that we get when we go to buy some plants, and we replaced it with a water hyacinth pulp, and it is very, it degrades it within 2 weeks. And this is a national award winning innovative idea by our students and researchers, and it goes to the field and gets disintegrated. So here you have a product which itself converts into manure during the shooting and rooting stage of planting, and there is no transplantation stress. Plastic you need to avoid, and you have to transplant, which causes stress. This is again a very interesting technique which we can use, and this is being used by Bangladeshi as well as Myanmaris as a climate resilient agricultural practice because of their constant flooding. I'll show 2 slides of their actual pictures from Bangladesh and Myanmar. We tried to replicate that in our campus using our own innovation. We made compost balls from decaying water hyacinth, and we used jute as well as palm leaf, and we try to do floating beds, which we can try in smaller ponds, and we got excellent results. So this has to come out as a policy. So if you don't have big rivers or lakes, you can do it at your home or nearby canals. See, this is a very interesting work. It occasional blooms, and the bloom attracts a lot of insects. So whenever there is a bloom, immediately farmers will apply weedicide to it. So we wanted to extract something, and we got very good results. Actually, this work is being taken up by our collaborators in central government labs, and we are trying to structure the dye as well as we are trying to patent it. This is another innovative method, seed ball. I'm sure most of you must have seen seed ball, which is made of clay in which you insert a seed. It offers protection. And we innovated by replacing clay with different amounts of water hyacinth pulp, so that not only protection but also crucial manuring when the seeds start shooting as well as germinating. That is the importance of this. And with Kettinati, this is a technical Malayalam term, you reduce the seed, which is around 35 kilos per hectare, to 3.5 kilos a hectare. So the amount of seed that is to be sown is very much reduced if you use Kettinati technique. And this is actually an actual picture of water hyacinth pulp-based Kettinati. Handmade paper and other valuable products from this paper. And this brick actually contains 5% of water hyacinth powder, which is finely sieved as a replacement for cement. Imagine how many tons and millions of tons of cement is used. So if you have water hyacinth powder, replacing it even 1%, 2%, it can cause a revolution by importing less import potential of cement or avoiding polluting industries. Biogas plants, chopping machines, briquetting machines, which we all developed as part of our various research projects. And we did not stop from doing R&D, publishing or patenting. We did a lot of other initiatives like creating awareness, organizing brainstorming sessions, interacting with the expert team, associating with local self-government bodies, then launching a community training center from 2017, action plans to various government agencies, MOU with other countries as well as NGOs, which all led to a major international project, student startup. And I'm very happy that just 2 days before, a new green skills development program. It is a course of around 350 hours duration spread over 60 days, 2 months duration, has been approved by the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forests. and it is coming under the umbrella of National Skills Qualifying Framework. So it will be offered soon, and anyone from India freely they can maximum number is 20 per batch, and they will be provided with free accommodation, free food, and even starter kit. So that's a very no new beginning and the end of no very fruitful effort that we were trying to develop in Alapi. These are some of the pictures addressing, Kudumbashri is the world's largest women's collective. So we have trainees from them. This is the community training center. We organized more than 100 such training programs. So we have trained many people. And this is actually the mentally challenged and physically challenged students who are doing this. So it is such simple rural technologies. The labor cost in Kerala is slightly higher. So we went to the jail where the labor is cheaper, only 110 or 120 rupees per day. So we have trained a few inmates, and we are hoping that this model can be replicated to other parts. Like Tihar jail is very famous for its products. So similarly, those who are living in the vicinity of water bodies, we can use the prisoners for making products like this, and which has a very huge international market as well. This is about the international project that I was mentioning about. If we start an industry, we need to know how much raw material is available. So there was no statistics. So we teamed up with a multi-institutional, multidisciplinary team from UK and India, and we developed a satellite imagery drone, multispectral drone imagery, as well as ground-based sensors and truthing. These are the pictures, the photo which I showed earlier. This is part of a very huge lake called Vembanad, which is the largest Ramsar site in Kerala and longest in India. And these are the actual satellite images without prior to infestation by water hyacinth and during infestation. You can see from where all this water hyacinth is coming. Even if we clear it, what happens, we can predict that these are the multispectral drone imagery. 8th May 2022 is the satellite overpass. During our same day, we had satellite imagery, multispectral drone imagery, and ground truthing. And we could develop the stitched image. So you can even see the various growth stages of water hyacinth, how much quantity, so how much time, how much labor is required to harvest it, how much quantity it will be, everything we can predict using this. So it is very good tool for urban planners. That is why I mentioned about this. This is a press report. And I mentioned about student startups. Actually, I mentored 2 student startups. One is in an engineering college in Trivandrum, and this is in our own college. It is called Icotech, Icornia crassipus, Icornia-based technologies. And we made a lot of products. I will show a selection of this. This is a digital portrait. The portrait is printed on water hyacinth paper from which we prepared. And actually, this is we can blend it with different materials. This is an actual photograph, a paper from water hyacinth, which we can use it to print anything. This is actually a digital image. And these are a range of products that our student startup has made and marketed. And they got the Regional Rural Innovators Prize as well. And customized eco-friendly gifts, all from water hyacinth. During the Nehru Trophy, remember I showed you the boat race, the snake boat. And this is an annual event in Kerala. And one Nehru Trophy boat race is we have supplied from invitation to mementos for VIPs, all from water hyacinth for 2 years. And visiting card, the UGC, we come under UGC, and the UGC secretary, I am very proud to say that he uses visiting cards printed by our student startup using water hyacinth. And on the right side, you will see a gift hamper. It was supplied to the 150 angel investors who attended the largest meeting of startup in 2022. This is the prize-winning, award-winning idea where we utilized or where we avoided single-use plastic like this and replaced with water hyacinth pulp-based nursery pots. And we were in 2023, we were showcased by UNEP, none other than UNEP, on financing nature-based solutions. We were one of the 3 student startups, which was showcased by UNEP. See these products, this is a wedding invite. And you can see the bride with the wedding invite. The advantage of this was The bride comes from an area which is infested with water hyacinth. She herself prepared this paper and printed her own invitation. So that became a huge hit in Kerala. 2023 World Environment Day, we released pens from water hyacinth with a seed inside, 25 rupees. So it got a lot of money, as well as a message was conveyed on avoiding plastic. Last year, January, our products was released by Honorable Governor. Now he is Governor of Bihar, Shri Arif Muhammad Khan. Our startups developed 3 new art forms, which are I will show right now. See, from the drains and rivers, water hyacinth has found its way to Raj Bhavan. That is no Jal Kumbhi और Raj Bhavan तक पहुंच गई है अभी. See, these are the new art forms. Water hyacinth dry stem art, water hyacinth thread embroidery, and water hyacinth single rope art. I leave you with 2 seconds to enjoy the beauty. This water, the dry stem art, Satyameva Jayate, the national symbol, is made, is printed or stitched onto a paper from water hyacinth, handmade paper, and it has around 750 cuts, all naturally dyed. So this costs around 10,000 rupees. We presented the customized gift, the embroidery, to none other than Dr. Musanda Mumba, Secretary General of Ramsar Secretariat, based in and we met in World Wetland Day in Indore, and this year it was in Ayodhya. We are special invitees of the government. 2024 April, we were called for a capacity building workshop in Nandanganan Zoo. And at the end of day 4 and day 5, we got a wonderful painting, which is actually the oldest tribal art printed on water hyacinth paper made by the participants themselves in 4 days. So this is priceless. And we were very fortunate to have huge media attention because we turning crisis into opportunity. If you can't use it, beat it. If you can't beat it, use it. Sorry. Online features like Better India, Mongabe, Edinbox, they have all covered our work. And I'm very happy and proud that in December 2024, our research was included in the syllabus of a UG course in Kerala University. And I retired earlier this year by teaching the very same technologies that I developed along with my colleagues, along with my students, to the next generation of students of undergraduate courses under Kerala University. My second inning started earlier this month. I am now with Jain University. Its headquarters is in Bangalore, but Kochi has a good campus. It's a new campus, and they have launched a Future Kerala mission, under which Water Hyacinth is the first flagship program taken under it. And I am very happy that in July I was invited. We had a brainstorming session. Dr. Veru Rajamani, who is a professor of practice in OP Jindal University, as well as former ambassador to Netherlands and press secretary to Honorable President of India, is the chairman of the Future Kerala Mission, and I'm working under him. And then we had earlier this month, a discussion paper was released, which is a compilation of all the work that is being done across the world. And a PDF is available. The link is there, or I can share to those who are interested. And we are also starting community level interventions as well as an international conference in December 2025. So we'll be happy to invite you all, or those who are interested, to join us. There'll be exhibitions, interactions, everything. And if you want me to conclude, I will say only this. See, if you look at history, it is nearly impossible for mankind to eradicate anything, not only aquatic weeds. Have we succeeded in eradicating mosquitoes, bedbugs, cockroaches, or anything around us? No. Insect pests? No. So what is the strategy? Especially aquatic weeds, what we need to do is utilize them as a natural resource. And we have to popularize the concept of management through utilization. You cannot eradicate. You can only manage from being an infestive in nature. So R&D has to be supported. Innovation needs to be encouraged. CSR funds need to be, planning has to be taken place so that its growth is restricted. That is where I think this webinar is of interest to all the urban planners and city Alliance participants. We need simple, economically viable, eco-friendly technologies which can generate alternate livelihood. In this era of climate change, the traditional livelihood opportunities are getting lower and lower. So we need to support these traditional farmers, fishermen, clam collectors, or coir or jute workers, villagers who live in the vicinity of water bodies where easily they can access water hyacinth almost free of cost. You need to teach them on how to make additional income using such simple technologies, rural technologies. That is the major thing. This is actually the story of www, not World Wide Web, but this is the world's worst weed, and it originated in Amazon, and now its products are being sold in Amazon.com. And I have to acknowledge the financial support from Kerala State Council for Science, Technology, Environment, Kerala Biotechnology Commission, the University Grants Commission, Department of Science and Technology, as well as the Global Challenges Research Fund of UK for our work so far. My students and collaborators from SD College as well as Jain University. We have a wonderful team in Jain now with design school, business school, modeling, marketing, everything all under one roof. So we are relaunching this initiatives in a very systematic, very fast, professional manner. And I would like to thank NIUA and other partner organization for giving me this opportunity. I think I finished in time. As I mentioned earlier, it is 25 years of my work, which I presented in 25 minutes. And I would like to just highlight some points for discussion. That is, even though the lack of there is a lot of work has done, there is complete lack of awareness about the impact that it causes. It was brought to us considering its beautiful flower, and it's a silent killer like cancer, and it is not visible but its impact is very slow. So there is complete lack of awareness. How you can manage it, we need to discuss. There is no policy or guidelines on management, control, or utilization. Debate has to take place whether you should eradicate or utilize. There is no coordinated effort. When we tried to compile this, we found very beautiful examples from across the globe, but there is no coordinated effort. After making, people are looking for a market. So all this has to be planned and addressed. Urban planners and engineers, they have to be sensitized on this issue. Maybe the design of a nala can be smooth without any hurdle so that the water flow is retained, so that it doesn't stagnate. We need to have a national mission. I urge NIUA to have a dialogue. I've even coined a term for it. It is Bharatiya Jalkumbhi Paryojana, which is actually Jalkumbhi is its Hindi name, and we can work on this. National mission on water hyacinth management needs to be, if I will be the most happy person if at the end of this seminar we sit down and develop and submit a very good recommendation to the government of India. We have to encourage local level innovators, rural technologies, and entrepreneurship. And we need to have a digital, dynamic, public repository of available data. This is in print. And we also have a digital, but it is so huge, the amount of information. World Water Hyacinth Conference has been held. Lot of research, very scientific, rural technologies. We need to have everything available at one go. Jain University is working on that. We request to all of you to collaborate with us. And I will stop by mentioning Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He had visited our institution twice, in 2005 when he was President of India, and in 2015 later on. And after he passed away, I asked the students to make a memento in his memory, and they came out with this, which was made of 3 kilos of water hyacinth pulp. And it is written in Malayalam, Agnicharagulla Swapnangalku Yuva Manasugalde Pranamam, which literally translates to wings of fire, that he wrote. And he was focusing on youth and youngsters. He addressed millions of youngsters and he asked them to dream. And the dream, also he gave another definition. Dream is what we see in our sleep. But he said, no, they are not dreams. Dreams should be that which will keep you awake. So I was dreaming for the last 25 years of a wonderful day in which this is the state of affairs of our water bodies, lakes, drains, canals, irrigation channels. But somebody, taking up my idea, our idea, and converting it into value-added products, earning livelihood, At the same time, from weed zone country to God zone country. So this is my dream, and now NIUA has given me a platform to present my dream before who is who in all these think tanks, as well as those who are able to take this vision forward. I look forward to questions and comments and interaction. This is my email ID and the WhatsApp phone number. This image on the left is actual image taken from Pondicherry yesterday by my collaborators. We are launching a program there also with foundations like Hope. And there are others who are interested and doing similar work. This is a image taken yesterday. You can see the date, 30th of October. See the scale of infestation. So this is a real life problem. We need real life people, ground to earth people working on such technologies, along with the high tech, latest state of the art technology that like we demonstrated. We need planners, thinkers, engineers, architects, everyone collaborating together. So I hope that this has created a spark, and I think I finished in maybe 25 30 minutes. I look forward to taking questions, and more importantly, your comments and suggestions, including critical ones, which will help me to improve. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Prabhu, for
Yeah.
this insightful talk.
Yeah, I have some products as well. So if you permit me, I can show the products that no in 2 minutes. This can I go ahead for 1 or 2 more minutes?
Yes, 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 please.
Yeah. See, this is actually a very beautifully packed organic manure compost from Water Hyacinth from my collaborating group in Odisha. Dr. Aviraj Datta from ICRISAT. We collaborated in the international project. He has taken up composting, and this is being marketed as Jalaja Poshak. Jalaja Poshak. And it's a huge hit. The project is complete, and they are marketing Water Hyacinth based compost. When our team, international team visited us, we gave them a framed photograph. The entire Weed Watch project, and in one slide, printed in Water Hyacinth paper. So this is a memento, a designer memento. This is an invite which was sent to Honorable Prime Minister of Kerala by a widow who wanted PM to bless her daughter, only daughter who was getting married. We printed it using Water Hyacinth, designed and printed. So, and this is a file board, a traditional file board, which every office uses. So if this one product Government of India adopts, briquettes, mats, board, paintings. Yeah.
There is a question from one participant. If we are promoting such recycled products, does it run the risk of promulgating the growth of water hyacinth and mass production that can be the looming threat for water bodies?
Yeah, this is the first and most important question that every audience will ask. Like, अगर हम इसको यूज करते हैं तो ज्यादा लोग उसको कल्टीवेट करेंगे कि नहीं, है ना? Rough translation.
No, yeah. So what would be the best way? Like, like all the cities, they are struggling with the clogged water body, like the drains and nalas and small rivers, they are all choked with this invasive species. So, and we know that the seeds remain in the sediment and viable for more than a decade. So what would be the, in your opinion, what would be the best way to manage it? Apart from this recycle, what would be the other? Is it a mechanical way, like using manual labor, something like that? What else would be the best practice?
No. See, this is an exotic weed. I will tell you its advantage. It's an exotic weed. That means there are no natural enemies. India is a tropical, subtropical country. We have a lot of sunlight. We have a lot of fertilizer input in our water bodies. Our we throw garbage into it. So that will all cause nutrient enrichment. So in these conditions, there is natural that this kind of weed will survive. If we remove water hyacinth, something else will come. So the best way to manage is to have a clean, nutrient, less nutrient, as well as flowing water bodies. Can we ensure that? No, because our society is yet to grow. Our money investment, our planning, engineering, everything, it's not like this. So the problem, it cannot be addressed at the root. That is the single most important point. We cannot eradicate, we cannot manage it by traditional just removal. I showed you pictures, huge harvesters, manually people harvesting it, dumping on the roadside, and it will grow back. Like you pointed out, either vegetative propagation or the seeds will remain viable for 20-25 years. So yes. What to do with this? अरे रावण जैसा एक काट लिया तो दूसरा आएगा.
So, sir, there is one more question. Is there funding available to scale up from a pilot project to a large community project for an entrepreneur to lead?
Yes, lots of fundings are available, but they are scattered. But many ministries, they have rural technology projects, livelihood missions, even tourism industry, environment ministry, inland navigation, corporates under their CSR, because I think they have to dedicate for green initiatives. So a lot of money is available, but there is no central. You have to look and search for it. And then money is definitely available. See, we got money for most of us from government agencies. Now we are looking for corporates, because now the CSR is a law. You have to use your profit to CSR initiatives, and out of which some should be exclusively for green, sustainable, innovative solutions. So if we submit a right project, there is no question of a shortage of money.
Okay. Sir, another question. What would be the initial cost of the project for conversion of water hyacinth into paper product?
So that depends on the scale. See, if you have a small, you don't have much money to invest. All the products that we develop are from a small college. You know the equipments that we used? Mixer grinder, normal home mixie, a pressure cooker, 15-liter capacity, a gas stove or an induction cooker, and ordinary kitchen knife, normal trays. That's enough. A single person allotting 1 hour per day, irrespective of age. You can ask your grandmother or grandfather to chop the water hyacinth for you, like I showed in the picture. The leaf and stem can be chopped by the elders. A mother, no, somebody can just boil it for 1 hour. After that, you grind it, and then you can convert it into a pulp, add some binders, and you can start. So that is at a very minimum scale. No investment. You can use the spare items in your kitchen. Okay, or you can buy a second hand or get one from a repair shop, use it. Okay, slightly higher versions can be operated by a self-help group. Suppose 10 people have joined, they can go for a slightly higher customized pulping machines, beaters, costing maybe a few thousands, like 50,000, 1 lakh. You will get Mudra loan, or you will get some other loans. Okay. If they are interested, they can start attending the Green Skills Development Program, which will be launched nationally through all the government networks, press, media, so that you will get trained in all these aspects for 2 months free of cost. 20% maximum in one batch. If there is demand, they will run it again. It's going to be offered from Malabar Botanical Gardens under Kerala State Science and Technology Council in Calicut in the near future. The course was approved 2 days ago. So you have to wait for the official formalities to complete, do the planning, get all the experts, do a proper homework. So maybe another 2-3 months it will take.
Another question, sir. Can this material in dry form be used as an accessory for construction?
Yes, we tried using drying it first, powdering it, finely sieving it, and using it as a replacement for cement. The brick I showed on the picture was as an MTech project, and he used from 0% control to 5%. And around 2%, we got excellent results comparable to high quality cement. But up to 5%, we made with manageable. Okay, so one single effort we tried in construction, and maybe for packing and soundproofing, you can make a panel out of it with other ingredients and maybe soundproofing. Okay, you have to do some other tests also, like fire retardancy testing, everything, fire hazard testing, everything, before it is used for such construction purposes. But cement we tried as a replacement. Okay, but I know that people in Bangladesh Housing Development Corporation, they made office partition boards, office cubicles that we see made from this fiber board. There were reports.
There is one question or comment. If they use mini amphibian or the mini JCB as an excavator to remove the water hyacinth, then it is usable for these purposes. If they use big JCB, then it will be mixed with other debris also.
Yeah, that is a genuine question. You need to have a person to sort. So maybe that forms part of a local employment. Anybody who is unskilled can be asked to separate water hyacinth from the debris. Like plastic, you have to separate. And then maybe some other weeds, if it is cellulosic, it can go with the beater, pulper, whatever it is. It can be used for making into pulp. But other debris, it's a problem anywhere. Even if you dig soil and it has plastic, it needs to be sorted, sieved properly. So that aspect, you can employ someone, pay him some amount, and then you get your water hyacinth and other cellulosic waste, which can go into making pulp and products like this.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, Professor Prabhu, for this insightful talk and discussion, of course. Now I would like to invite Mr. Lavlesh Sharma to deliver the vote of thanks. Thank you. Over to you, Lavlesh.
Thanks, Mamita, and thank you so much, Dr. Prabhu, for your such a wonderful presentation and taking us through the entire 25-30 odd years experience is a journey of yours and with us. I mean, this is really useful, going to be very useful, and as 20 odd officials from the University Alliance members were also benefited, including the team at NIUA and NMCG. And we are really excited to learn from your experience. And also, I like the catchy line you said: if you cannot beat it, use it. I mean, that's the wonderful way of putting it forward, so that we are also proactively not only just trying to remove it, but getting the benefit out of it is, I mean, and that's quite exciting idea. And it is also quite overwhelming that you're just not proposing these solutions, but also taking it up further to the skill development in the society, to getting some more livelihood generated, getting more startups promoted. I mean, and taking students up to this innovative solution per se. So, I mean, you are completely providing, suggesting for an end-to-end solution, which is just not getting rid of this issue in the cities, but also getting a lot of revenue generated, livelihood generated, and getting people involved in this manner. That's quite fascinating to know. And I agree. I mean, this kind of missions would be important, as you mentioned, Bhakti Jal Kumbhi Pariyojana. When missions are there, reverse mission, dedicated, a focused mission for such things, including Hyacinth. And we also liked your idea, and we would like to see how we can take it up further for a standard set of guidelines to manage this, and then a guidebook maybe, or maybe a proper toolkit how a city can take up a decision to take care of the water bodies and lakes in the city, precisely to remove the water hyacinth and other invasive species. There can be a standard methodology and set of guidelines which can be created. We'll definitely take it up further. We'll discuss it with the other officials at NIU and NMCG. But thank
Yeah.
you so very much, sir, for your time and sharing your ideas and solving. Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, just to add to your comment, I will be very happy to collaborate with NIUA and partner organizations. I take this time to invite you to the international conference that we are organizing. This I will send to Dr. Maumita the link, and you are free to share with others. I encourage, because this will be for 2 days exclusively on water hyacinth, covering all aspects. I invite participants from NIUA. We will be happy to host you. You can write officially to me or Jain, and then we will see how it can go. And I'm looking forward to collaborating, because I was dreaming. I was no like Kalam Saab has mentioned. I was dreaming for the last so many years. Now it's time for me to dedicate my full attention to this solution, this problem or this crisis. And I have some very innovative ideas which we have developed, practiced, and transferred to, of course, at a very small scale. But now we are at a very good launching pad, and I seek support from all those participating today. Maybe your collaborators. If you miss this, please listen to this in YouTube, as well as in official other forums, which may be more focused on addressing the issues that I have raised. And there are, of course, there is no easy solutions. I'm looking forward to collaborations and such. I thank you once again.
Thank you, Dr.
It was a
Prabhu. Thank
very,
you so
very,
very much.
very
And
professionally organized program, planned 2 months earlier and executed to the time. It's 50 minutes from 3
fantastic.
started, and 3:50 we will finish. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much, Dr. Prabhu. On behalf of the entire Diversity Alliance Secretariat, we convey our thanks and regards once again. And we'll definitely look forward to do some more meaningful work with you and your organization going forward in the same aspects. Thank you so very much.
Namaste.
Over to you,
Thank
Momita.
you.
मैं
Thank
हिंदी
you
में
very
जा
much. Thank you to all the participants for joining this webinar series. Thank you very much. Thank
माफी
you.
मांगूंगा, हिंदी में ज्यादा बात नहीं कर सका. वो टाइमिंग मुश्किल होगा, मुझे थोड़ा स्लो हो
हाँ,
जाएगा, इसीलिए.
it was nice. It was totally nice. Fine. Thank you very much, sir. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Thank you.